Hi Anne, hope you're well. Really good to meet up in the studio this afternoon. Really enjoyed chatting all things golf, and we made some really good progress. These swings, these are at the start of the session, so we obviously had a bit of a chat and had a bit of a brainstorm, and we hit some balls. And this is your kind of action and your kind of delivery. As we discussed, I really like the movement up to this kind of position here. Love the kind of symmetry between your upper body and the shaft. Really like that. Lots of rotation. Really good. And then for me, at around this kind of time in the swing, you stop rotating and the arms just kind of lift up into the air. So rather than continuing to coil this way, you kind of just lift the arms up into the air. And this is where you kind of feel that your body pulls up and you kind of feel that your shoulders too high. So these were your kind of feelings, that shoulder's a bit high, and that your body, rather than being in this posture here, has kind of stood up a little bit. But for me, that's all because the arms lift, rather than coiling into the top of the swing. It's a little bit long. We both agreed that. And then that affects your club delivery on the downswing. That affects your sequencing. For me, this club's coming down a little bit too steep. You've lost quite a bit of lag here in the club. The club is coming on the outside of the ball in a moment. You'll see that. One of the things we discussed using the launch monitor, your path can be up to 9 degrees from out to in to the left, but you also get quite a lot of dynamic loft. Dynamic loft being how much loft is on the face when you hit the golf ball, and you'll see your hands are behind the face there. Getting into a good impact is a direct result of sequencing on the downswing. So if you sequence the downswing nicely, you'll get into a better impact. If I just pull in a couple of bits from the end of the session, when we hit some balls, this is some footage we chatted about continuing to get a good coil from this position. So for me, that's a much shorter swing. It's more coiled. It's a much better position. And then we talked about leading the downswing with your left side of your pelvis, your left knee, bumping that forward, which will give you a different attack to the ball. We also maybe focused on hitting the inside quadrant of the golf ball. For me, that delivery is much more appropriate. You'll see as you're coming closer to impact, not only is the club more on the inside of the ball, but you've also got much more lag. You're leading the shaft into impact much better due to the better sequencing. You'll see that's much, in my opinion, that lag, that forward lean of the shaft is much more appropriate. Obviously the path is a little bit more appropriate as well. We got that much more neutral, and you started to sweep some really nice shots away. I hope this has helped, and I just wanted to fire this feedback over to you in these swings. Do a bit of work. I'd love to get some feedback from you to let me know how it's gone after you've practiced. Speak soon.